Hi, I'm Luke, and welcome back to HN Entertainment. Since the trailer release of Star Wars Episode 9, fans have been begging the question, how is it possible that Palpatine has returned for the last installment of the Skywalker saga? During the final moments of the official trailer's conclusion, we hear Luke Skywalker say, "No one is ever really gone." Right after that, an evil laugh was heard just before the title drops. One thing was for certain though, Emperor Palpatine has returned. In today's video, we're going to attempt to break down some potential possibilities on how Emperor Palpatine returns for Star Wars Episode 9. One very strong theory is that Palpatine had replicated the teachings of his former master, Darth Plagueis, the Sith Master that had perfected immortality. In the last prequel film, Revenge of the Sith, Palpatine told Anakin that Darth Plagueis had mastered such control of the Force that he could create life and prevent death itself by simply touching those he cared about. And that manipulation is what pushed Anakin towards the dark side of the Force. Anakin had a great fear that he would soon lose his bride and that he wanted to save her from certain death. Palpatine, on the other hand, was also fearful of death, often paranoid of dying even. He was so paranoid that he had spent decades perfecting his master's teachings on how to defy death using the Force. But this really isn't the only idea out there. This isn't the only theory. There are actually several working theories on how Palpatine could return, and I really want to point out that there is one huge possibility. A possibility that in our eyes over here at HN makes the most sense, and that is of cloning technology. You see, the voice that we hear laughing in the trailer is not the original Emperor Palpatine, but a clone. This theory has come with strong evidence in the expanded universe. Looking back at the Dark Empire story arc, we see a new Empire form after the Return of the Jedi. Several years after that event, a new leader had took rise, and this leader was none other than a new Palpatine. Using extensive cloning technology that he had perfected years ago, he artificially aged these clones to his preferred age, then using the dark side of the Force, takes spiritual possession of these clones at will. In the Star Wars expanded universe, it explains that clones, to say the least, had a weird effect on the Force. Clones are unnatural copies of the same person and decayed over time. Palpatine at this point in the universe was so powerful that it caused his clone bodies to age and die faster than usual or expected, really. The longer he continued to defy death and clone new bodies and take possession of them, the faster that these clones would die. Palpatine's mind would warp even further each time he attempted to clone and transfer his spirit into a new body. Now, most people would claim that he simply couldn't have survived given the massive explosion of the Death Star during the final moments of Return of the Jedi. But as we all know, if we didn't see a corpse, we cannot rule out the possibility of his survival. Given that, there's a good chance that he might have used the Force to break his fall. Electrical charges perhaps, or simply levitate, as doing so is a common practice among masters of the Force. It's even been theorized that Supreme Leader Snoke is one of many of Palpatine's clones. We really don't know a lot about Supreme Leader Snoke, and the fact that he is shrouded in mystery just kind of gives credit to this theory. We also have to look at the Sith philosophy as a whole, and personally, we have to look at Palpatine's Sith philosophy. Palpatine has always been unwilling to let anyone else succeed him in the Galactic Empire in the event of his death. Palpatine seemed to believe that the Empire's sole purpose for existence was to protect his own life and well-being. But even if Supreme Leader Snoke was a clone of Palpatine, he wasn't perfect, and it's kind of clear at this point that he was nothing more than a pawn, caught in a tangled cosmic web of galactic domination. Even though Palpatine has a rich history and backstory, especially in the expanded universe, we really don't know a whole lot about him, especially moving forward. There's so many ideas and so many possibilities, we're just gonna kinda have to wait and see, but we at HN Entertainment do love to theorize and talk about these general discussions. So let us know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, so make sure to like this video and subscribe to HN Entertainment so that way you guys can stay updated on all things Star Wars and pop culture. Signing off, this is Luke, and I'll see you next time.